Hello, welcome to another episode of The Art of Advocacy. If you are new to our show, we are going to have a great time. The technology gods are going to be with us. I just know it. But today's show is going to tap into those thoughts and feelings that you have and how we can make them more positive. So we're going to be using a strategy today called Tfar because I think it's fun if we invent new acronyms, new words, right? So Tfar, anybody have a guess on what that means? If you have been with me earlier today, you might have some hints as far as what we're going to be talking about. And I wanted to first quickly introduce myself before we get into our 4 strategies that are going to help us be more positive, focused, and have greater results for our kids at school. So if you don't know me, I'm Charmaine Tanner. I'm a parent, a retired teacher. I'm now a full-time advocate for parents like you. And I'm also a #1 best-selling author on Amazon, and my book is titled The Art of Advocacy, A Parent's Guide to a Collaborative IEP Process. So what I do is, through a variety of ways, I try to support you and help you up your advocacy skills so you can be even more effective when you're speaking up for your child. One of the ways I do it is through a weekly Facebook show here on my page, Visions and Voices Together. We meet every Thursday, and our usual time is noon Mountain Time, as long as technology is with us. And then the other way that I serve parents is I attend meetings with them. I help analyze IEPs for them, make suggestions on how it can be more specific, and make sure that it really gets implemented. But I've also just recently started a membership community, and we call ourselves the Parent Advocate Trailblazers. So I would love for you to consider joining our membership group, and I'm going to share some slides with you here. So, oh, you know what? Shoot. I bet it's because I don't have, oh dear, my PowerPoint up. So I need to, please go to my application window. So I'm going to stop sharing for a minute, because I need to actually bring up the PowerPoint. So let me do that. So while I'm bringing up the PowerPoint with the slides, I want to ask you if you have any guesses as to what Tfar stands for, because you know in the world of special education, we have a ton of acronyms. Sometimes it kind of feels like alphabet soup, right? But it's going to be fun because Tfar is going to be something that will really be able to help you in lots of areas. So let's go 1, 2, 3 and bring up the slide. And it says, imagine being a parent advocate trailblazer. And like I said earlier, we just have this wonderful group of parents that have joined together, and we have a variety of ways that I support you in the membership group. I'm there daily asking or answering your questions. We have parents with a wealth of experience that are also our experts and can chime in and give you ideas and some kind of resources that they've tapped into before. We have a variety of monthly trainings that we do. We have monthly Q&As. All of it is for the purpose of helping you feel more empowered, more confident when you go to your IEP meetings and you're advocating for your child. So if this is something that you're interested in, would you love to be a parent advocate trailblazer? All you have to do is type in the word membership in our comment box below, and my IEP bot will send you a message that says reply to this message with the word membership. So you write membership once more, and then you'll get the link to the group where you can find out more details. We have both an annual and a monthly membership subscription that you can subscribe to and become one of our parent advocate trailblazers. So that would be exciting. I would love to be able to welcome you into that group. So I'm going to look and make sure that I'm live, and I do have some guests or some viewers with us live, so thank you. You may have been on an earlier broadcast where things were not going our way, so we decided, we're just going to switch platforms and come over here to Blue Jeans. So we're using Blue Jeans right now. And I want to talk about how so often our mind just kind of jumps to this thought when we have a situation. So we're going to focus today on things like around IEP meetings, but this could be for any area of your life. So what I ask you to do is to think about when you get an invitation to an IEP meeting. What is that first automatic thought that pops into your brain? Let us know. Type it in the comments. When you are commenting, it makes it a lot more interactive, and then also it like personalizes things. So I would love to see what you're thinking. I've got to turn this down so the volume doesn't get up. And Erica is here. Hey, Erica. She is a warrior mom that has created new opportunities, new possibilities for her son. And we're just continuing to work and to see what else is going to be open and as a alternative for her son. Given some of the things that happened in previous years, we're changing that pattern and creating some new things. So, Erica, welcome. And I know, Erica, you have talked before, if you want to type that in the comments again, about what is one of the first thoughts that you have when you get that invitation to an IEP meeting. So I think I told you that the T for Tfar stands for the word thoughts. So let's look here and see. And now, I hope you can see this. With Blue Jeans, usually the red box covers up my face when I'm talking live. And if you watch the replay, then that won't be in the way. But we're going to talk about those automatic thoughts that come up. I know in the past, Erica has said that one of her automatic thoughts when she gets an invitation to an IEP meeting is like, oh no, am I going to be treated as an equal important member of the team? Are they going to listen to me? And what I have talked about before is that those thoughts come about because of past experiences. And the more we keep repeating those thoughts to ourselves, the more they actually get hardwired into our brain. And so what we need to learn to do is to interrupt that, change that pattern, and switch it to more positive thoughts. Now, this might sound like, well, Charmaine, that sounds easy for you to do. But guess what? I still struggle with this too. There are days when I have to remind myself to switch that automatic thought that just came up. So it's not that I've mastered this, it's that I'm teaching you this technique and these strategies, and it actually is helping reinforce those strategies for me to use too. So how do you switch? How do you change those automatic thoughts that come up? Well, I created a handout to go with today's video. And the awesome thing is it goes through a lot more detail than what we're just going to highlight today. And I'm going to post that handout in our membership group as a bonus resource for our members. So again, if you want to be a parent advocate trailblazer with us, just type the word membership in, and my bot or myself will come back and answer that and give you the link where you can get more information. So in the handout that I created, there's 3 columns. And so the first column is what your automatic thoughts are. So think of a situation like having to get ready for an IEP meeting, and you write down several of those automatic thoughts that keep popping up when you think, I got to go to an IEP meeting. And then in the middle column of the handout, there's a list of questions to ask yourself. Like, how much objective data do I really have to support this thought? Or you can ask yourself, if I go into that meeting with this thought, is that going to be helpful? Is that going to be beneficial to having a positive, collaborative meeting? So you ask yourself several different questions, and I think I have like a list of 5 different questions in there you can ask yourself. And then the third column on the handout is the positive thoughts, or sometimes they're called coping thoughts, of how you can change that up. So, Lisa is back with us too. Hey, Lisa. So, let's take the thought of, I don't think they're going to treat me as an important person. I don't think they're even going to listen to me at this IEP meeting. So, if that's your automatic thought, what you can do is you can ask yourself questions like, is this going to be helpful for me if I go into that meeting, if I walk into that conference room and I sit down with that thought? Probably not. It's going to start off just kind of at a awkward kind of comfort level, right? So how could we change that into a more positive thought? That's the challenge, right? So do you have some ideas? Because I love to hear your ideas. Oh, and Erica said her phone just died. Oh, no, Erica, you'll have to charge and come back because I love your questions and your comments, Erica. So I hope you can charge up your phone and be back with us. At least watch the replay, right? So I'm not going to be listened to. I'm not going to be taken seriously as an important member. What do you think? How can you flip that, switch that, turn it around, and make it a more positive thought? So how about if we take like the important member? They're not going to take me seriously as an important team member. I could switch that and I could say, each one of us at that table brings such an important perspective. I am so excited because I get to go and I have the only parent perspective there. That's pretty cool. So you see how I switched from, I'm not going to even be recognized or important or counted as a team member, to each person has this wonderful perspective, and I'm the only one that has a parent perspective. How cool is that? I get to share that. So when you switch that automatic thought into a more positive one, the other thing that nicely happens is it's going to trigger some more positive feelings. So if you keep that automatic thought of, they're not going to even listen to me, they're not going to treat me as an important equal person, guess what the feelings are going to be? Type some in the comment box and let me know. What would be some of the feelings if you feel pretty defeated, if you feel unrespected? What would some of your feelings be? Well, they could be, depression. It could be anxiety, like, can I even do this again? It could be coming from a deep-seated fear of not only do they don't listen to me, but now I'm afraid they're not going to do what my child needs. So you see how those automatic negative thoughts can kind of race your mind forward and create these negative feelings. So now you're not only thinking about a negative scenario, but it's actually giving you negative emotions and feelings that you have. And of course, that is not going to be a way to be successful as you're advocating for your child. So as soon as we can recognize, okay, I recognize you, you're just this automatic thought that came up, and I know I can think about this, and I can switch it and make it a positive thought, because then I'm going to feel some positive feelings. I'm going to feel empowered. I'm going to feel confident. It's like, yes, I can do this. And that's what we want you to have. That's the place that we want you to come from. Because once you have the positive thoughts, once that triggers positive feelings, then the next thing is you're going to be taking positive action. So let's go back to the negative. If we have that negative thought like, oh no, what's going to happen? And then that creates this negative feeling of like, I've done this before. I know it's not going to, I'm just going to be more frustrated. I'm just going to close down. And then that becomes the actions that you take. So you walk into that meeting and you sit down kind of grumpy and you kind of fold your arms in front of you, and it's like you barely look at the IEP paper there, and you just kind of listen to what people are saying. And it's like you don't even offer anything because it's like, what? It doesn't matter what I say. So that negative thought created that negative feeling, which creates these negative, unhelpful actions that you take. So you're beginning to see that cycle that happens, and that's when recycling is not a good idea. We don't want to recycle negative thoughts, negative feelings, and negative actions. We want to switch all of that around. Because when you can switch that around, guess what? You're going to get better results. And in this situation, the results that we want to see are positive things for our kids at school. We want them to be happy. We want them to be safe. We want our kids to be learning every day. And those are the positive results that we're going after. So if you remember that acronym Tfar, thoughts, feelings, actions, results, look at how you have control over that. You can change things when you change your thoughts, because that will change your feelings. And once you have positive feelings, you're going to act in positive, collaborative ways. And when you are collaborative and positive, you're going to get better results for your child. So that's, in a nutshell, how that whole Tfar practice works. So let me know in the comments, either if you're watching this live or on the replay, what you think about this. Or if you want to bring up and type it in the comments, a negative automatic thought that often comes up in your mind. And I would be happy to brainstorm it. If you're watching the replay, I always come back and check the videos, and I'll respond to any comments or questions you have. So let's test each other. Let's help each other. What are some automatic thoughts that come up? Let's help each other brainstorm how we can change that into a positive thought, because then that will start a positive cycle of what goes round. So let me show you one more time here. Our positive thinking leads to positive feelings, which trigger positive actions, which will trigger positive results. And, you know, I'm not so naive to think like, yeah, Charmaine, well, sometimes that just doesn't happen for me. Because depending on your unique situation, there are some other things that maybe also need to go hand in hand with this Tfar strategy. And that's where, as an advocate, I can help you. Because what I try to do is brainstorm with parents what their goals are, what that big vision is for their child, and how we can get there. Now, there's several different things that I think have to come together. We have to know about the law, you know, which to me is more the science of advocacy. But we also have to combine that with the art of advocacy. This is my advocacy toolbox. So here is my book that I wrote called The Art of Advocacy, a Parent's Guide to a Collaborative IEP Process. So I wrote this book because so much of what I was doing as an advocate was, to me, the science of advocacy, talking about what the laws are, what the regulations say, what letters of guidance OSEP has, and all of that is really critical. But what I found is that we were missing that balance of there's also an art to advocacy. And so in this book, it talks about some other strategies. Tfar isn't even one that I have in the book. So I have to add that with my second edition, right? But in here, with the art of advocacy, we also talk about listening and asking clarifying questions. And that, again, is a skill that I continue to develop. And so by helping others and by walking beside you as we go through this time of speaking up and speaking out for your child, I also practice this more and get at a higher level of mastery with these kinds of skills. And that's what I would like to help you with. So I appreciate you spending time on this Thursday afternoon with us live. I also want you to know that the replay is available. So if this is something that resonates with you, share the video with other friends that you have, post it on your Facebook site so others can also enjoy these tidbits and these strategies that we talk about each week. The other thing is, remember, I do have a private membership community of wonderful, experienced parents that are very giving of their time and their support for each other. And if you would love to be part of that community, just type in the word membership in the comment box, and either my IEP bot or myself will get back with you for the link so you can find out about our annual subscriptions and our monthly subscription offers for our Parent Advocate Trailblazer membership group. So I'm Charmaine Tanner, My passion is to help you feel more empowered. My passion is to help you know that you are confident as you advocate for your child every day. So until next Thursday at noon Mountain Time, take care and we shall see you then. Bye-bye.